Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a look at something really quite special. It's called Support Saturday.
Yeah, it's from You're Not A Alone. It's this weekly thing they do.
Right, and it's all built around this one question, isn't it? What was the very first thing you did to support your mental health?
Exactly. And that's our mission for this deep dive, really. To unpack why sharing those first steps is, well, so important.
For the person sharing and for everyone else listening too.
Precisely. We're drawing directly from You're Not A Alone's explanations of the whole initiative.
Okay, so Support Saturday. The core idea, it seems, is connection and courage.
Connection, courage, and healing. It's about using shared stories, those very first steps, to build those things.
Sounds simple, but I imagine it's quite powerful in practice.
It really is. And what's interesting is the range of first steps people share. It's not just one kind of thing.
Like, what sort of examples do they give?
All sorts. It could be, finally picking up the phone to call a friend, or maybe setting a really small boundary for the first time.
Okay. Or maybe something bigger.
Could be, like looking into therapy, making that first appointment. But it could also be something seemingly very small, like just managing to get out of bed on a really tough day.
Right. And the point is, there's no right or wrong answer here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're Not You alone really emphasizes that. It's about acknowledging the real human moment that marks a beginning. No judgment.
So why does sharing these steps, even the tiny ones, actually matter so much? What's the thinking behind it?
Well, they highlight a few key reasons. First off, validation.
Validation, meaning,
Meaning when someone shares their step, maybe one they felt hesitant about, it helps someone else feel less alone. It says, okay, someone else felt this way or did this thing.
I see. That makes sense. Takes away some of the isolation.
Exactly. Then there's inspiration.
Yeah.
Hearing a concrete first step someone else took,
Yeah.
it can make it seem possible for you too.
Like, okay, they managed that. Maybe I can try something similar. Less overwhelming.
Precisely. It can be incredibly motivating. And that ties into the third point, community.
Building community through sharing.
Yeah. Every story adds a thread to this, like tapestry of shared experience.
Mm.
It makes the world feel a bit more connected, more compassionate around these issues.
Which naturally leads to reducing stigma, I guess.
That's the fourth big one, yeah. Talking openly, especially about those vulnerable first steps, it chips away at the shame that stops so many people getting help.
It really does have a ripple effect then. It's not just posting something online.
Not at all. And they make it easy for people to participate.
How so? How can people join in with Support Saturday?
Well, they encourage commenting on their social media posts,
Mhm.
Instagram, Facebook, sharing your own first step.
Okay.
You can also tag people who supported you or maybe whose story inspired you. Sharing the posts helps spread the word, obviously.
And you can save them too, for yourself.
Yeah, save them as a personal reminder, maybe, a reminder of how far you've come, or just to revisit those shared moments. It's about making these journeys visible.
And that little heart in the name, "You're not so alone," kind of visually reinforces that connection idea.
It does, yeah. It's a nice touch.
I heard the founder shared something quite personal related to this.
Yes, absolutely. The founder mentioned how seeing someone else talk openly about starting therapy was actually the catalyst for their own healing journey.
Wow.
It really gave them the permission, the courage they needed, which perfectly sums up what Support Saturday aims to do, right? One story can spark another.
That's incredibly powerful. So if someone listening feels like, okay, maybe I'm ready to take a step, what does Your Note Alone offer?
They have several resources available. There's the website, which is www.yournotealone.online.
Okay, good to know.
They also have a 24/7 support line. That number is 866-907-84580.
Oh, the support line, that's crucial.
Definitely. And there's an email, support@yournotealone.online, plus their Instagram handle is @you'renotalone. So plenty of ways to reach out.
So really the underlying message here is that progress doesn't have to be this huge leap.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Small steps are significant. They matter. Support Saturday really drives that home.
It frames healing less as this solitary struggle and more as
Oh,
a collective thing.
exactly. A collective journey built on shared vulnerability, shared hope.
Yeah.
Every step shared chips away at stigma and builds that community.
This has been really insightful, a great initiative to explore.
Agreed.
So, as we wrap up, maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. What was your first step? Or maybe what's a small step you could take, even today? And just consider what might happen if you shared that with someone. You never know whose spark you might ignite.